Hey everybody, it's Theresa here of Larkin Design, and welcome to a brand new project that I am starting. This is the introduction page for my 2013 Project Life album. And so I am actually taking on a pretty big project here that's kind of a big deal because I did 2013 way back throughout the year of 2013 and have decided to go back and redo the whole album. And so I talk about that, my whole reasons for redoing this album and my approach to redoing this album in my class called In My Pocket Memory Keeping Volume 2. But I wanted to share some things about that project with you here. I wanted to share the introduction page with you and let you know that this is a project that I'm doing, so I'll be sharing it between here and the classroom. And if you want to learn more about this project specifically, then you will find that in that classroom and in the class materials. So I invite you to the classroom. But I also invite you to stick around here because I will be sharing some bits and pieces and various layouts from this project right here on my YouTube channel. So this is the introduction layout for this album, and so 2013 we ushered in while we were in Disney, and you will remember our Disney trip from that I scrapbooked a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago now, that you can find in my playlist. And so we spent New Year's Eve at Hollywood Studios and drove back on New Year's Day, so from Florida to North Carolina. So the introduction page, I've chosen, this is Main Street at Hollywood Studios on New Year's Eve night, and it's a fantastic, amazing celebration. It snowed in Florida. They gave out hats and glow sticks and all kinds of fun things for the kids. So this is my introduction photo. I've printed the photo at 12 by 12, and the way that I do that is I work in Photoshop CC, and I pull up the image, I crop it to 12 by 12 at 300 ppi, sharpen it a little bit if you want to, and then in the Photoshop print menu you have the option to move what prints around the page. And so for this image you would start at 0, 0, 0 for the left hand and 0 for the top. For this one you would start at 0 and -6. And for this one you would start at 4, so 4 inches down and 0. This one would be 4 inches down and -6 inches. And then this one would be 8 inches down and 0. And this one would be 8 inches down and -6. And then once you print it out, I've printed out 4 by 6s. Now I need to trim the 3 by 4s. And so let me just get my trimmer here, because I want to show you how I trim this. I don't know about you, I don't know if you're OCD or not, but if you take both of these photos and just trim going straight across, you're going to lose a bit of the photo and you'll end up over here with it not lining up. And so for me, the 3 lines that I consider most important when cutting an image like this to go into a divided page protector, this line here I want to line up, I want this line here, the center line, to line up, and I want the end to line up. So that means trimming from the inside of these 2 photos. And so I'm just going to do that really quickly, and I'm just going to cut each one of these let me get where you can see. So this would be cut in half. 3 inches would be cut in half, but I'm just going to bump it over a little bit, right? Because we know that the seams take a little bit of space. And so I'm going to trim that one, and that is the 3rd image, okay? And then the 4th one that goes here, I'm going to flip it upside down and trim just the tiniest bit from that side. And that way we will just lose a little bit in the center of this image, but those 3 important lines will remain intact. There's just a little bit of white here on the edge of this photo that I'm going to trim off. Okay, and that takes care of that image, and now we have this image, and so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to trim it a little bit shorter on the left first. Okay, and then the right side, flip it upside down and trim it that way. And that way all of your image will line up, and it will make more sense, so you don't have creep going across that center row. I think there was a little bit of white on the edge of this one that I need to trim off. Sometimes I cut my own 4x6 photo paper sometimes, and so it makes it act weird in the printer. There we go. Okay, and so then I'm not going to do a lot to this image, right? Because it's pretty cool the way it is. But I do want to add the year. So I have alphabet stickers and a stamp set for some options. And then I went and found my little camera from Freckled Fawn. There's a little fuzzy on it. My little camera from Freckled Fawn that I want to use. And these are a couple of little glittery stars. These are actually in my December Daily products. So I just pulled 3 of those out. And I don't, again, I don't want to be too complicated with it. I just want to make sure that I have the date on here and a little tiny bit of embellishment. So, but I thought I would look and see how these alphabets look. I just want the black and gold, I think. And I think that I might just go ahead and use these. These are from We Are Memory Keepers, I think. And this is 2013, so let me make sure that I get the right numbers. So this is We Are Memory Keepers. I think Urban something. Can't remember what it was called. But I'm going to just line these up. One thing that I typically like to do is include our initial somewhere on the layout, and that's why I pulled out the alphabet, because I'm thinking about, I just want to make sure you guys can see that, thinking about doing the numbers and putting an M in front of it. Let's see here if there's enough space on this tag. I think I can make it work. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yep. Okay. So, do that. Just want to make sure that I get it lined up straight. I like that a lot. I like the contrast of the black and white, of course, and repeating the black that's prominent in the photo. And a little bit of glitz for New Year's from the gold. So yeah. That's awesome. And then since the camera is stitched, I'm going to stitch this to the photo. So I'm going to put that down and then let me adhere this so I know where to trim it. I like that a lot. Don't you love that when you put something together and you're like, yay, it worked out just like I wanted it to. Okay, and then I need a little bit of twine there. So let me, let's see, I've got this little black and white, and I have a whole little bin here of just little fibers that I've been using recently. That one's kind of cool. Yeah. Use that one. I think this is from Felicity Jane. I think tie it in a bow. Note to self. Tie your ribbon or your twine before you adhere it down. So I'm going to stitch across there. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. Doesn't have to be long. I like that. Okay. Scissors. And then when I stitch it, I will stitch that down to where it needs to be. And I need to trim this off. Alright, what do you think? I like that. And then let's trim the other piece approximately the same length so that they match up. Set that over to the side. Okay, I'm going to just adhere this down real quick. That fan is my laptop running, in case you're wondering. Okay, and this backing just wants to fall apart. There we go. So I'm going to just put that down. Okay, and I should probably glue this down. I'm going to just use my glossy accents with that, and that way I know where to trim this tag. Okay. And I'm just going to position that, adhere it down. I like where these stars are, so I'm also going to go ahead and adhere those. Just the tiniest embellishments here. That looks not straight. There we go. And then a little adhesive for this. A little tag. Okay. And trim, and then I will go sew these all together and share close-ups with you. Alright, so look for more of this project to come. Thanks for watching today, and I will see you back here again soon.